Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean Part 3, episode number 2 reaction. Alright, the previous episode, it was the beginning of the third part of Stone Ocean, and yeah, we already met another crazy stand, and we kind of got to see a little bit about Jolene and Hermes and Emporio. However, the majority of the section of the most of the part of the second section was completely focused on Weather Report and Anasu, and these two end up getting involved in another crazy stand, which actually makes imaginary things, like things like imaginary characters and everyone come to life, and kind of split their soul and bring them to their own world, and the other person, a normal person, won't be able to see them, like the mind, like the body and the soul gets splitted. So that's what I understood from it, and it's a very interesting stand, and seeing all these imaginary characters from fairy tales and all, other comic books and everything coming to life like this. That was crazy, like there was like Cinderella, the Red Riding Hood, Astro Boy, and all of them. So that was fantastic. Another really interesting. I loved the previous episode. So yeah, let's see. I'm guessing in this episode we'll probably try to find out the stand user, and Anasui is kind of in a little bit of a pinch because his body and soul has been separated. Weather Report doesn't realize that, and yeah, we are on the way. Another thing we kind of got, I forgot to mention it, Pucci's power, it's another like something like related with 3 or something. I don't know what that was, but there's like weird stuff happening around him, and like the number 3 is coming, like things are getting like gravitating towards each other, and he was like there's so many things, and yeah, like I'm not really sure what's going on. Let's see what happens, and yeah, let us begin episode number 2. So I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. There you go. The star. He's moving further away. Maybe he's trying to run away from you guys or something. What? There you go. Oh my god. Oh, I thought he was going to get. Why is he running away? What the hell? I thought. Okay. Okay, another thing I realized from the comments is that I didn't figure that out in the previous episode. The crazy guy, the drug, the drug, what's his name, that guy, the one who got Pucci as a hostage. In the ending shot we see him having like a star mark. I didn't realize that because it was so dark. So this brings a whole new meaning, because like I don't know, like Pucci, Pucci, there's something related to Pucci and the mark, and since he was in contact with him for that brief moment, and maybe that is also the reason why Weather Report has that mark. So that's why I'm saying, like, it's like brings a whole new meaning to the mark. Like, I don't know, like why would that guy have that mark then? It must be because Pucci came in contact with him. So So weather reports mark might also have a similar reason like that. Let's see. Oh my god, here we go. Show us, please. Okay, obviously they're not going to show us because of copyright. Yeah. Hmm. Well, this is the body? Wait, what? He's a character. He's a character of some story. How is he seeing him then? Wait, what? What's he doing? Oh, his body came here. Wait, I realized now what's going on. No, no. How are they able to see him? They must be part of the story. Ah! What? Wait, how did he do that? Oh, he did that. Okay. He injected chocolate. Oh my god. Damn. Can't you? Oh no, is this Cinderella? There you go. I knew it. He was part of the story. Otherwise, why would he see him? Yeah. Okay. There's a. Who is that? What? Wait, what story is this? I don't know this. What story is this? Oh god, this is so weird. Oh. Oh yeah, this is some. I don't remember. Yeah, I remember there being a story like this, but I can't remember properly. What story is this? What is this? I can't remember. What story is this? The wolf and the seven young goats. Oh my god. Oh no! Oh my god, no, stop. Is he turning into the. Yeah. Yeah. Into the story, and he'll be made into a character. That's crazy. Is this a woodcutter? No, who is this? You can't recognize them. Who? Oh my god, this is Van Gogh! Oh my god! Literal Oh no. Run! Wait, what? Oh no, inside his stomach. The mom is going to use the scissors too. Yeah. According to the story. Ah! Oh my god. What is going on? Yeah. Van Gogh is gone, so. Oh my god, imagine if Mona Lisa is gone as well. Oh, he recognized him. There you go. Yeah. Okay. No, that's part of. Oh no. Yeah. Oh no. He's turning into. Oh my god. Yeah, the gun. He shot himself. Twice. Oh no. You need to do something here. Otherwise, he'll die. Okay. Oh, nice. Damn! Look at the rain. Oh no. What's. Oh no. Ah. I don't think it'll work. Oh my god. That's. Oh my god. Yeah. No, but you killed Pinocchio. Like, that wasn't according to the story. Oh no. Who? Ah! It's down in south. Oh, it's in the air? Oh no. Yeah. Oh, he's the user. Okay, okay. Oh my god, and Aladdin. Oh, that is why he's able to track him because of the sign, the star sign. He also has one. So that's why he's able to track him. I'm talking about weather report. The night before. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Bring me to heaven. Damn. Sons of Dio. Wait, then why does weather report has the sign? Yeah. Oh wow. Hmm. Yeah, like he's like you cannot use the weather because he's in the air palace above the clouds. Oh god. Hmm. Now what? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh wait. Anasui. Oh no. Oh no. He's going closer to the gun. Wow. Oh no. How do we get out of this? Ah! Who? Wait, who's this? Wait, she's reading Aladdin, but wait. Oh, the cloud. No. Oh. Who? Who? What's the name? Ah. Put back. Damn. Once its ability restore. Okay. 3D. Pinocchio's missing because he was killed. Wait, what? Oh my god, it's not beyond recovery. Because I'm guessing because the story got broken, is that why? Wait, who's this? Oh, it's that guy, Romeo or whatever. Look at the way it's. Well, there you go. Yeah, I don't believe you. Yeah, yeah. What? He's lying. Yeah, he did kind of get like, he did not know that they. Okay. Yeah, that's all right. Nice. He helped us out. Not now. Later. Yeah, he's gone. She's gone. Oh my god, what's this guy? Did she like rig the phone or something? I feel like she did something to the phone. Mm. Oh, it's ah, his tongue. Oh no, his tongue is going to. Oh, okay. Okay, now what do you do with the sticker? What? Oh, helicopter. All right. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, but what what will the. Oh no. No, 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 no. Oh my god. Yeah, all right. I was going to say, what are they going to do with the tongue? Because it's going to. Oh, that's it. Ah, wow. Uh, that was funny. All right. One thing I don't understand. Why were the police able to see Anasui? Anasui's spirit. Like they're in the original world, so how? I don't understand that part. Like, were they also being affected by the stand? That's the only explanation I can find here. Like, they were also probably affected by the stand. That's why they were able to see him. Otherwise, like, I can understand that guy, the guy, in the shop, because he was like, he was affected by the stand. He became the part of the story. But what about the police then? Why were they able to see him? I'm guessing they were also affected by the stand. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. Okay. Now, another thing I need to think about here, the whole Van Gogh making the picture. Oh, I guess as soon as he made the picture, it became like an imaginary character. Oh, there's still something left. Oh, yeah, this guy. What's he wearing? What? All right. So, yeah, as I was saying, so what happened during the Van Gogh situation? This Van Gogh, as soon as did Van Gogh make the character, a new character, did it become like, since it was like an imaginary character, it started to exist? Is that what happened? So not necessarily Van Gogh, but anyone can make a character and they'll come to life. Is that like, so shouldn't that happen? Because technically, yeah, if you make like a original character of your own and like draw it, sketch it somewhere, it should become like an original imaginary character. And as soon as that like like it becomes something like that, it should come to life according to the stand's power. So, like, let me know, like, can Anasui have drawn the same thing and would it come to life? That's what I'm thinking about. It should. I think most the reason why Anasui himself didn't sketch something, because he probably wouldn't be able to sketch it as nicely as Van Gogh was able to sketch it, because Van Gogh is a painter. So I think that is the reason why he used Van Gogh to sketch the picture. Did he? Okay, I'll go to that part and read that part again, so if I can understand a little bit more. But anyways, one thing I'm pretty sure now, that is that like I said in the previous video, I was I was under the misconception that there must be something going on with weather report because of the mark. But then, like, someone pointed to me in the comments that the what's his name, that guy, the criminal, also had a star mark. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, so it must be, the star mark must be something that he got because he came in contact with Pucci. So maybe the similar thing happened to weather report as well. And if a similar thing happened to weather report as well, then I don't know, then like he called, Pucci called them the sons of Dio or something like that. So weather report is also one of them, but he's in our team, I'm guessing. And I guess that is the reason why he was able to track down the criminal, because both of them had the star mark. They were able to get, like, kind of feel their presence or something, because it showed that the mark was glowing or something, weather report's mark. Okay, I'm still not confirmed about that, but I feel like it might be something like that. Okay, now we begin this episode with Anasui trying to find out, his body. And weather report is there, but he cannot see him. So Anasui is running, and it's crazy how the body also. I don't understand one thing. Why did the body start running? Like, as soon as he sees him, he starts running. Anyways, like he's trying to catch it up to the body, and the body's running away. Weather report cannot see him, say all that stuff. Now they come in front of, like, he comes in front of a, what is this, like a shop. Oh, there's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I just saw it now. There's another poster in his shop for Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And so this is the Snow White. Wait a minute. So that means the number of illustrations of characters they would have, all of them are going to come to life. So it's not necessarily there is only one Snow White. There might be multiple Snow Whites then. I think that's how it goes. Yeah. Otherwise, the other Snow White we saw, she got flung off, somewhere. And here we get to see another Snow White, which this Snow White is probably that Snow White and the poster, which we saw, in that guy's shop. So that guy comes out and he's like, what the hell are you doing? Your friend came and made a mess of this place. And he's like trying to... Now, as soon as I saw him talking to Anasui's spirit, I'm like, what the hell? How can he speak to him? But later on, we get to know that he's also has been affected by the stand. So that's why he was probably able to speak to him. But I don't understand one thing. Why were the police able to talk to Anasui as well? Were they also affected by the stand? Maybe. Because it wouldn't surprise me that as they were saying, they were ready to actually involve each and every people in this war. Because most people, like 90% of the people, whenever they would see something like this, like some imaginary characters or something, they'll recognize them. And as soon as they recognize this is the imaginary character, they'll become affected by the stand. So I'm pretty sure these police officers also probably got affected by the stand somewhere down the line. So that is the reason why they were able to talk to Anasui's spirit, I'm guessing. Anyways, he's like, oh, I'm going to give you money. And at first I did not catch what he was trying to do, but then I realized he's using his stand to grab the money from the cash register and give the same money back to the shopkeeper. Oh God, that's funny. So, he's like, oh, that was my twin brother, and I'll pay, just tell me. And while this was happening, the police officers come in and they're like, oh, move, in this direction. Show me your face. We want to see if you're the convict who's running away. And he shows his face and we see a different type of facial structure. I was like, how was he able to do that? But then they explain it. He stuffs chocolate in his faces, using divers down. And later on, it just threw it away. So damn, yeah, it's a very handy stand, especially in these type of situations. And the fact that I was kind of waiting. I was like, oh, are they going to show Batman or something? They did not show Batman. Obviously, it'll be crazy otherwise, copyright and stuff. So not only that, then they kind of talk about the famous Japanese character Kenshiro. Wait. Is this the same Kenshiro? Okay, you know what? Let me check. Yeah, is this the same Kenshiro from A Fist of the North Star? It must be, right? I think so. And I've heard that JoJo has been heavily inspired by Fist of the North Star, So, because Jonathan, the main character looks extremely like him. And I've heard, I am not sure if I think that's true, obviously. It's pretty obvious. It must be, it must be some kind of inspiration from the Fist of the North Star. But I think this is the same Kenshiro they're talking about, aren't they? It defeated Rao the villain after a showdown in West Shinjuku, Tokyo. Wait a minute, let me check. Rao. Fist of the North Star, Rao. Yeah, there you go. All right, I was correct. It's the same Kenshiro. I've not seen Fist of the North Star, if you can't guess, because that is why I'm trying to find out. There you go. Yes. Oh boy, that's funny. Okay. Next, we get to see Anasui gets inside the shop, and yeah, this guy has gotten Snow White, and he's like, oh, I've still not reached happily ever after. We can see the dwarves, and like I said, this is a different Snow White because we see the dwarves as well. The dwarves are also different here, so it's interesting. So basically, if you have 10,000 like posters of Batman, and if each and every one of them can come to life, then there will be like 10,000 Batman in this world, just moving around different places. I think that's how it goes, doesn't it? That's crazy. So each and every sketch of an imaginary character is going to come to life. Now, so another thing I feel like there's like a prerequisite to this stand is that the character that is being drawn must have like a story or like a purpose behind it. You can't just scribble stuff and expect them to come to life. There should be like a humanoid form, I think, and they should have like at least a story, because that is why in the end, the Van Gogh, the sketch that he does, Weather Report came up with like a setting for it. He said that, oh, this is a character. He even gave it a name, like he's like, this is a character who's going to suck out all the imaginary character and put them back to the stories. So since he made that setting for that imaginary character, that is why it came to life. If it didn't make any setting, or it was just like some random scribbles of like a random character, maybe it wouldn't come to life. I don't know. Yeah, this stand is interesting. It's like, like there's like quite a few things that I'm still not sure about, but yeah, I think that must be the reason. Otherwise, like, then every little scribble is going to come to life. But I guess the pictures in the signs, the signals, in the toilet sign, they also came to life. So they don't have a backstory. Yeah, that's true. Like, they are not like a character. They don't have a setting, but they also came to life. So I don't know. Okay. Anyways, I'm overthinking this, I feel like. Now after that, he who goes away, and he's like, oh, I'm here to go meet my happy ending. It's all according to the story. So everything's going to go according to the story. That's like the main thing here. Now Anasui here comes in front of like a storybook, and there's like a goat. I think that's a goat, isn't it? And inside like the grandfather clock, and he comes out and he's like, oh, how could you do my brothers like that? And then he's like complaining. He's like, okay, are they goats or are they chocolate? Here we go. I need to read this part because I genuinely don't know about this story. What is this story? Let me read. We see the brothers are dead. Okay, so it's the same chocolate that he used to stuff his face. Is that why they're saying that you devour my brothers? I think so. Okay, he's saying he's a cunning little devil. He tricked the 7 kids into opening the door and came inside. And then he cornered the kids one by one and gobbled them up. What story? I feel like I've heard this story, but I cannot pinpoint it. The one that only survived was the youngest kid who hid inside the grandfather clock, as we see this kid survive. Okay, Anasi says, I know this story. When the mother goat came home, she grew very upset. The mother held the scissors in her cloven hoof and went a 1 or 2 at his stomach and took out the guts and stuffed pebbles in his body. And then he threw him into a pond. Okay, the name, The Wolf and the 7 Young Goats. I need to search this. I feel like I've heard this setting, but I cannot remember at all. The Wolf and the 7 Young Goats. The Wolf and the 7 Young Goats. Yeah, there is a story. Okay. You know what? Let me read like a summary. A mother goat leaves their 7 children at home while she ventures into the forest to find food. Before she leaves, she warns her young about the wolf who will try to sneak into the house and gobble them up. He will pretend to be their mother and I have heard this story. Like, this is the thing. Like, there's so many stories that, like, these stories that these fairy tale stories that we have read, that I've read, that a few of them I've actually forgotten. This is one such story. I feel like I don't remember anything, but there's a part of me that is saying that, yeah, I've actually heard this story. Okay, resemblance to the 3 little pigs. Yeah, Okay, let me read. Okay, ventures in the forest to find food before she leaves, sneak into the house and gobble them up. He'll pretend to be their mother and convince the kids to open the door. The young children will be able to recognize their true mother by her white feet and sweet voice. The mother goat leaves and the seven kids stay in the house. Before long, they hear a voice at the door that says, "Let me in, children. Your mother has something for each and every one of you." It was the wolf whose gruff voice betrays him, and the kids do not let him in. The wolf goes into a marketplace store or pharmacy and steals some honey, medicine, or chalk to soften his voice. A little while later, the kids hear another voice at the door. "Let me in, children. Your mother has something for each one of you." This time, the voice is high and sweet like their mother's. They're about to let them in when the youngest kid looks under the crack of the door and notices the wolf's black feet. They refuse to open the door, and the wolf goes away again. The wolf goes to a bakery on mill and steals some flour, okay, smearing it over the coat, turning his black feet white. He returns to the children's house and says, "Let me in, children. Your mother has something for each and every one of you." The kids see the white feet and their sweet voice, so they open the door. The wolf jumps into the house and gobbles up the six kids. The youngest child hides from the wolf in the grandfather clock and does not get eaten. Later that day, the mother goat returns home from the forest. She is distraught to find the door wide open and all but one of her children missing. She looks around and sees the wolf fast asleep under a tree. He has eaten so much he cannot move. The mother goat calls for the youngest child to quickly get her a pair of scissors, a needle, and some thread. She cuts open the wolf's belly, and the six children spring out miraculously unharmed. They fill the wolf's belly with rocks, and the mother sews it back up again. When the wolf wakes up, he's very thirsty. He goes to the river to drink, but being so heavy, he falls in, drowns in the weight of the rocks. All the children feel great to find themselves safe. The family lives happily ever after. Wow. Okay, all right, that's the story. Yeah, I have heard about this story, but I did not remember it. Okay, so there you go. That's like the story, and we get to see that Anasvi is becoming the wolf. So, like they said in the previous episode, they become like the characters from the story. So he's like turning into the wolf, and okay. Now, while all of this was happening, we get to see weather report going in a certain direction, and a random guy with a pipe is standing there. Now, at first, I was like, "Oh, is this a woodcutter from the, from the Red Riding Hood or something?" Because I said in the previous episode that, oh, like, we can see Red Riding Hood, we can see the wolf. Where's the woodcutter? But yeah, he's not that character here, and I should have recognized him. I did kind of feel extremely familiar looking at his face. Like, I was like, yeah, this guy reminds me of someone. And then as soon as he reveals his name as Van Gogh, I'm like, oh yeah, that's true. This is Van Gogh's self-portrait, which we've seen, yeah, it exactly looks like that. And then I was able to kind of pinpoint it. And at first I was like, oh, is this the woodcutter or something? But anyways, so he's like, "Oh, hello there. I believe you know me, and aren't you my fan?" And Anasu is like, "Oh, like, okay." Anasu is like, "Sorry, I don't know you." And okay, here's the section. He says, "My name is Van Gogh. I'm Van Gogh's self-portrait. Yesterday I cut off my ear with a razor." Yeah, and I've heard. Wait, I think Van Gogh did cut off his ear, didn't he? I think so. That's what I've read, as far as I can remember. Like, he was a very, like, I remember, like, reading that he was like a person who was like a very, like, what can I say, like a very unfortunate type of a painter, and he only after his death did his paintings become popular, and that's like the tragic part of his story. Like, he never, like, even though he's such a huge painter now, like, and everyone knows his name, after his death, that's when his painting started to gain popularity, and that's like the worst thing, like he painted to get, like, go out of poverty. I think that's what his whole story was, but he never was able to get that unless and until his death. And after his death, like, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So okay, now after that, we see, oh yeah, he says, like, "I cut off my ear with a razor." And here's the thing, as soon as he says that I'm Van Gogh, I think that is because at first he wasn't able to recognize him, weather report. He was like, "Oh, I don't know you." But then he was like, "I'm Van Gogh." And as soon as the name tells his name, I think he recognizes him. I thought that Weather Report was safe from all of this because he actually doesn't know many things about these fairy tales and everything. But then comes in Van Gogh, and I'm like, obviously, makes sense. He's also a portrait. So it doesn't surprise me that he came out. And like I said, Mona Lisa also came out. Like, so every painting comes out here. And it's crazy. So basically, him, as soon as he gets to know his name, I'm pretty sure he's heard of Van Gogh. And that is why he probably realized that, wait a minute, this is Van Gogh. And as soon as he thought about that, and as soon as he recognized him, his body split. That's what happens, doesn't it? And Van Gogh says, see, you were moved by me again. Okay, now later on, after that, we see the kids, the goat kids, they're crying. They're like, oh, mom is coming back with scissors. And yeah, mom is indeed coming. The mom is like, you big bad wolf. And Hanasu is ready to fight, but the kids are inside his stomach because that's how it goes, you know, the story goes. And mommy comes in with the scissors, and yeah, she's out here for blood. Okay, so after that, we get like an information that everyone's saying, like, you know, like the fantasy hero incident. Incident is believed to have started in Florida, USA, a few hours ago. Not only cartoon and story characters are brought to life, from figures from artworks are being cited. Okay. Oh, even the what's the name of that one? That's picture. Is it called the what is it called? The Venus or something like the picture of Venus? What's it called? It was by Leonardo da Vinci, wasn't it, or was it someone else? Oh my god, my internet is acting up now. Oh, good god. Okay, just a minute. Painting. Oh, I think it is Venus or something. The Birth of Venus. There you go. Yeah, that's the Birth of Venus, isn't it? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Wow. So, oh my god, that means even Venus came out. And obviously then, like, you know, Mona Lisa is also out. We can see there. And so here, Weather Report soul has come out from the body, and Weather Report realizes that this user doesn't care. He's even ready to involve the whole world just to save the priest. And the stand itself is invincible unless and until we get the user. So he's trying to sense, and he's like, yeah, I can sense the user is heading towards north. So Van Gogh asks a question, how many self-portraits did I paint? And he tries to get, like, you know, the razor from his hand, and it turns into a paintbrush. And he's like, oh, I was drawing a picture, like, you know, I ended my 37 years of life by killing myself with a gun, and you're one of my self-portraits. And all of this just is happening, like, you know, crazy stuff is happening. The paintbrush turns into a gun and shoots him once. And here Gogh says that the first one wasn't enough. I was still alive, so I needed a second shot. And here we can realize that if he shoots a second time, that will be the end of Weather Report. And Weather Report also realizes that, so he wastes no time to use like a thunder, like, you know, like rain and thunder in the north direction, so that all the cars stop. So okay, now again we're back to Anasui, and Anasui bolts the door, but mommy goat is angry. She just comes out and cuts his stomach. The baby goats come out. She's pissed off, and oh my god, and Anasui is like running away, and he comes out and gets into like a police car. Now the police officers, okay, wait a minute. Oh yeah, there you go. They're also part of this. Like I said, the police officers were also part of the story, so that is why they were able to see him. And he's like, these are officers from earlier. Wait, who are these two characters? There's like there's like one guy with like a lion thing on his head, and then there's this lady. I think that's a lady beside him. So are these like some characters from some thing? Like, let me know. Okay, now He tries to get into the police car, but oh boy, the police car, like these are all part of the story, even the police car. So as he opens the door, it becomes like a book, like with pages, and like the ghosts come out of that, and they're like, they get his stomach again. And here weather report has sensed that the person is going towards north, but it's weird that it has started going south now, and that is how he comes to a conclusion that this guy must be in the sky, because even the rainpour did not stop them. So they must be like an airplane, because airplanes go on top of the the cloud layer. That's why. So he comes to the conclusion, and here we get to see this is the same guy, the guy who got that guy who took him hostage. And I understand now, in the previous episode, you remember Pucci was talking about father and everything. I was like, whose father is he talking about? I understand now who he was talking about. He was talking about Dio, because in this episode he calls them the sons of Dio. So he was actually talking about Dio there. It's clear to me now, like who was he implying by father. Okay, now here we see that this guy is talking about how he has he's not going to go back to the same old bad life. He's very happy like this, so all he's doing his best to protect the priest so that he can continue his lifestyle. And Aladdin and the genie is like outside on the magic carpet. Okay, now here we get a little bit of a recollection of Pucci here. And Pucci is here talking about how the competition of life, the chosen one, you guys were being drawn to me. And here we get to see that other guy who we see later on, the one who's like wearing like a polka dotted white and black dress, looks like a cow. And that guy, and obviously the other guy, the guy who took him a hostage. And these two, he's like, oh, you two must be here to bring me closer to heaven. And I think Jolene is also coming here because she's also another such person who's going to bring me closer to heaven. And he calls them sons of Dio. Help me get to Cape Carnival. And here this guy's like, yeah, that was my opportunity. I understand now. This is the best life. I want to keep this life ongoing. That's why I'm going to do the best of my ability to help and protect the priest. And he's talking about how society despised him, and I'm going to laugh at society now, all that stuff, he's just saying. So weather report can get the feeling, and like I said, I think the reason why he's able to sense him is because of the star mark. Both of them have it. Okay, so weather report is like, I cannot let this guy shoot me again, and I'll die really this time. So he tries to get away from there, but oh god, Anasui comes out of the police car, hits him, and he falls down almost extremely close to the gun, and the gun shoots. It gets his head, and he's dissolving, all according to the story is going. So they're all like happy. Van Gogh is like, yeah, it's over. It's all according to this how the story goes. I'll live happily ever after in your place. And here we see, and here this section I was a little bit confused. We suddenly see this random girl on the plane. I don't know who this girl is. Who is this girl? Why is she here? I thought this was supposed to be a private plane, isn't it? Like, what? Or is this not supposed to be a private plane? I'm not really sure, but all the other seats are empty, so I thought this was a private plane. But then if it's a private plane, why is this girl here? Okay, anyways, this girl is like, oh, Aladdin, tell me your wish, I'm your lawyer. She was reading from the book, Okay, so here he sees that Aladdin and the magic lamp is back in the story. I was confused. I was like, why is Aladdin back in the picture book? And so was he confused. He was like, what the hell, why is he back there? And he's like, wait a minute, give me that, let me read it. And he's reading it, and he's like, what the hell? And then we get to see what actually happened. Weather report got Van Gogh, and he's like, all right, draw. And he used Van Gogh to sketch a completely new character, put back. Now, like I said, since as soon as he sketched it, it came to life because of the nature of the stand. So does that mean that if anyone makes a proper enough picture, sketches a proper enough character, and gives them like a setting, a background, will they also come to life? I feel like that's like, like that's how this goes. Otherwise, like Anasui himself could have drawn it, but I'm guessing he did not drew it because he probably wouldn't be able to sketch the character this quickly and this easily. And Van Gogh is a talented artist; he could easily do it. So yeah, okay. He says that I got this Van Gogh to draw and create a new character. There you go. He comes. There you go. He comes with a story of his own. So yeah, I'm guessing that's a prerequisite for this stand. This hero can use an ability, and the ability is to it sucks all the fantasy heroes back into their stories. And not only that, he also says another thing. Okay, this thing starts sucking back Van Gogh into the story, and this hero story will end once its ability restores order to our reality. Okay, there you go. So interesting. This stand is basically like a double-edged sword. Like anyone else, if they realizes the actual ability of this stand, can manipulate this stand to do anything. Like as he did, he said that yeah, this character is going to keep doing this unless and until order is restored. So obviously that's a setting, so it's going to go according to that. So this, like, that's why I said this is a double-edged sword. Everything that this stand created was destroyed by the same creation of this stand. So the stand itself killed itself on its own. Basically that's why a double-edged sword. And unless whether it was like we are going back, and that's how the story goes. Yeah. And we're going to join our unharmed bodies, and there you go, he gets sucked in, and the little girl is like, can I had my book back? And in the news report they're like, order has been restored, characters from storybooks, cartoons, movies, and artwork are back where they belong. That includes Mona Lisa, Snow White, Batman, and Tweety, obviously. Like, interesting that they included Tweety here. It's been so long I've heard of Tweety. Oh boy. Damn, the nostalgia. I used to watch like the Looney Tunes and like all those Bugs Bunny, the Tweety show. Boy. I'm pretty sure everyone did that, like when they were a child. Okay, this includes okay, Mona Lisa, Tweety. However, for some unknown reason, Pinocchio is still missing. I think that is the reason why Pinocchio is missing, because his story did not go according to the story. Unless we just killed him. So that's why he's still missing, unfortunately. Okay, so now here, one thing I'm not quite sure what happened. They say in the end that he's back to despair. Ungalo, stand name Bohemian Rhapsody, back to despair beyond recovery. I don't understand this part. Oh, because his stand got destroyed. Is that why? I think so. Yeah, it must be because of that. Because his stand was destroyed. That's why he, from his inside, he got completely destroyed or something. Because if your stand gets like hurt, obviously you yourself will be like that. I think that's why he became like that. Okay, so he's out of the game. Now after that we get to see like Jolene in Romeo's place, and she's like, oh, do you drive now or something? And Romeo is like, at first he tries to go for the phone, and Jolene is like, oh, don't do that, that's the last thing you are going to do here. And Romeo's like crying, and he's like, oh, I only realized your significance after I lost you, this and that. Now one thing, I'll be honest here, I genuinely thought he was going to try to double cross us again, because it is true that he did in the end kind of get manipulated, but it is also true that he also accepted the offer of that lawyer, to save his own skin. So all in all, I feel like he's like a very what can I say, he's like a good part and also a bad part, like he, not a bad part, but I'm guessing he probably got scared at that moment, and that's why, to save his own skin, he was like, okay, yeah, use my father's power or whatever. And he realized what happened after that and probably regretted his decision. So something like that, because when he was acting like that, I was still very skeptical. I was like, oh my god, this guy's definitely acting. And I was not completely sure about him. But yeah, in the end, we do see that he is kind of changed, and I was still not sure whether to believe him or not. And Jolene was also kind of like that. Jolene was like, oh, you poor little thing, like I need your help, Romeo. It's like, if you feel like you have done me wrong, then help me out this time. I have a mission to do. So, I'm going to forgive everything. Just, do me a favor, give me a money, and, a car and like a vehicle, to go to somewhere. And yeah, and he's like, all right, here we go, $1,000 and the car key. And he's like, I'm so sorry, like, I'm not, I did something wrong, I realized after you left. And he's like, I'm going to, please come back, or something like that he was going to say. And then Jolene just leaves. And at this point I was like, okay, maybe he has changed. Then he looks at the phone, and I'm like, all right, he's not changed. And Jolene comes back, and I was sure that she has done something to the phone, because she said something like, oh, don't touch the phone. I thought she had rigged the phone or something, to with a trap or something. It's going to activate, like, I don't know what he could do, she could probably do anything. So probably something is going to happen, and he's going to regret touching that phone or something like that. But nothing of that sort. He just basically put like a little listening, like a, I wouldn't call it like a listening device, but it kind of acts like that. He basically took his tongue with her, so that she could listen to what he's saying. So, like a copy of the tongue, using the seal, the kiss seal, you know and of Hermes. And here, as soon as we see from the tongue, it's saying that, oh, is this the police? I was like, oh my god, this guy, he's trying to double cross us. And I was like, yeah, this guy has not changed. But then a surprising thing happens. He's saying, is this the police? I'm reporting an escaped convict. Yes, it is Jolene Cujo. And Hermes is like, I knew it, give this to me. It was wise that he used my sticker to make a copy of his tongue. And I was like, yeah, he's definitely she's going to peel off the sticker, and he's going to go and, completely, attack, just get, his tongue would probably get a lot of hurt, and he wouldn't think of reporting ever again after that. So I thought he was going to do that. But then something surprising happens here. He says, no, she didn't. She didn't come to my house. Why would she? I'm filing a report because she called. Yes, we only talked over the phone. She asked me for money, but I didn't give her any. She said she's headed for Mexico. So basically, he just completely helped us out with the police following us. The police is not going to follow us. They're going to go towards Mexico. So at least one problem has been dealt with, kind of. So Jolene was like, oh, what the hell? Like, she did not expect that. And Hermes is like, wow, I'm impressed, he kept his word. And Emperor is like, oh, look, you what they have kept for you, a helicopter. Oh my god, whenever I see a helicopter, I get reminded of any type of helicopter. I get reminded of the whole Jotaro family's curse of a plane. Like, always something crazy happens when they fly a plane, like in season 2 as well. Joseph, I think, how many times? I think 2 or 3 times he crashed the helicopter completely in season 2, and it was again in season 3, I think, didn't he? Yeah. Yeah, I remember. Even in season 3, he completely crashed a helicopter or a plane. So, oh my god, I always get reminded of that, and I'm like, oh, good lord, save us. If Jolene decides to, oh no, I don't know what's going to happen if Jolene decides to, fly the plane. Oh god. Okay. So yeah, so we see that obviously, the Romeo has not ratted them out, and he's like, really, not suffering, but really remorseful about the whole thing. And he's like, oh, like, I hope you come back, and this and that he's saying. And Jolene's like, wow, I'm impressed. So, and I was thinking, like, what are they going to do with the tongue now? And they're like, ah, well, like, even if he did not rat us out, still just tears off the tongue, and it gets, and like, obviously smacks into his own tongue. And he's probably going to be in a lot of pain for at least a few weeks, and then he'll be fine, I'm guessing. So yeah, and that's where it ends. So there you go. Interesting episode. We dealt with, oh wait, then the after credit scene. Oh, I forgot about that. You know what, let me bring it up again, just a minute. Okay, yeah, the after credit scene. This guy, he's like, can you do something about my eyelid first? One of my eyelids always slides down for no reason. What? I can't open my eyes. Oh my god. All right, so yeah, this is another guy who will be a problem. And that's where it ends. So there you go. Like I said, we dealt with one of the characters. Interesting stand. There's still a few things that I'm not completely sure about his stand. For example, like I said, does like, if that's what his stand is, will everything that anyone, not only Van Gogh, but if anyone can make a character, imaginary character, sketch someone and give it like a story, will it come to life then? That's one thing, like, I'm thinking about. Like, that's like one question I have. And that is the only question I have, and there's no other question that I have. That's the only question. Like, that's one thing I'm not quite sure about. So let me know, if you guys know about it. And yeah, so there you go. That was the end. And it's so funny, like, this whole thing, if that's the case, if that's the actual case, like, if anyone sketches something and gives it like a story, it comes to life, that's crazy. That is why it's like a double-edged sword. It acted against him as well, because as soon as someone realizes the true nature of the stand, they can easily manipulate it to hit back. And that's exactly what Weather Report did. This reminds me of like I don't remember much, like it's like a story we like. I like when I was a child, we used to have like a TV show on the TV where there was this one boy who found like a pencil, and this pencil was a magical pencil, whatever. And that boy was a great, like, he used to sketch very nice. That was a magical pencil, and whatever you draw, it becomes reality. And it was a show that used to come out. This kind of reminded me of that. So yeah, anyways, yeah, that is it. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. That's it. Thanks for watching, guys. And I'm not sure again when I'll come back with this show. I'll definitely, like, try to be more quicker, because I'm still a little bit busy, and it's going to go, like, my business is going to go away after a few days. Then I'll be able to do frequent uploads. But yeah, like, like I don't know how much days it will take, but little by little I'm going to complete this. So yeah, like the previous episode I did was like 1 week ago. So I was trying to keep 2 episodes a week or 3 episodes a week, but it was 1 episode a week in the previous week. I'm not sure what's going to happen to this week. I'll try to upload more than 1 episode, but if I'm not, like, I'll upload 1 episode the next week. So I'll see, like, I'll see, like, if I get enough time, I'll try to do 2 or maybe 3 episodes. But anyways, yeah, see you guys in the next episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.